Let's talk to Mike Neville now, retired Scotland Yard Detective Chief Inspector, because it's Notting Hill Carnival weekend, of course. So far, 240 arrests, 15 attacks on police officers, use of facial recognition, probably for the first time en masse like this. Let's see how it's going to go today. Mike, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike.
So Monday normally is the day that it sort of gets a bit tasty at Notting Hill, isn't it? So so far it hasn't been too bad. And actually I find the coverage of it has been fairly non-existent. I mean, I was watching the news last night and there was hardly any coverage of Notting Hill at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the establishment don't want us hearing the facts. Today is usually the worst day, as you said. If there is going to be any violence, it's usually on the Monday. What's worrying for the police is one of the most important officers will not be there today, and that is PC Rain. The weather is good. And unfortunately, if the weather's good, whilst it's nice if you're a peaceful member going to the carnival or anywhere else on a bank holiday, unfortunately, if the weather's good, this is more likely to result in violence and stabbings and the like.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate case, isn't it? What do you make of this use of facial recognition? They arrested 100 people before the carnival started. They said they had a watch list, though, of 16,500. I mean, what sort of people are on a watch list like that?
So on the watch list will be people, particularly those involved in gang violence or maybe even drug dealers or those wanted for serious offences who are from from that area. So that's what they'll put on the watch list. And then they have two operators in the van who think they've spotted the people, and then they have a team of officers who move in and make arrests. I mean, when I was involved in the carnival, I supplied the human super recognizers who do a similar job. They also are deployed, so the super recognizers spot gang members and the like, so they can be detained, taken away. So I mean, credit to the Met for being proactive, really, and getting rid of people who could cause violence there before they even get there. I know they had 260 other people who were on either bail conditions or been recalled to prison to keep them away as well. So,
and so how would they do that then? What's the physical kind of ability the police have got to keep them away?
Well, so if you've got gang members and you can possibly arrest them for crimes before carnival, you've got some information they committed a crime, you can arrest them and then give them police bail conditions. One of them will be do not go to the carnival. And if people are known to be involved in violence, let's say they were previously involved in carnival and they're licensed from prison, then if they can produce some intelligence that they intend to go there or they're likely to do something else bad, then you can get them recalled.
Right, okay. So we'll wait and see what happens throughout the course of the day today. What do you make of this story? It's a migrant story, actually, about migrant hotels, according to Home Office leaks now, are being told they're going to have to actually take foreign criminals, people that we know will have committed serious crimes like arson, and they're now instructing these hotels that they must take them.
Well, I just think it's more indication of a broken society, isn't it, Mike? You've got the Justice Minister, Mahmood, going on about, we inherited a broken prison system. Well, that was over a year ago. You can sort these things out. If I was in charge of prisons a year ago, I would have got the army involved, I would have built some camps, taken over some camps, got them renovated, put in low-risk offenders where, some barbed wire fence and a dog will keep them at bay. And you could deal with a lot of people like that, rather than this attitude, we'll let a load of prisoners out after just a third of their sentence, not even 40% anymore, so we can lock these people up. Or they're accommodating them in hotels. And it sends the wrong message. And all the time, I agree with your previous guest, in the sense that this government isn't committed to locking up offenders. They're lying to the public. Their left-wing view is that everybody who commits crime is in fact a victim of society. So any excuse they can have for letting them out, particularly if they can blame the Tories or some previous administration, then they'll do it. They're just not committed to locking up offenders.
No, they're really not. And presumably that's also why they're not that committed to going after shoplifting attackers either, because 800 shoplifting cases a day apparently go unsolved, according to some new figures we've got here. I think in the Metropolitan Police Force it's the worst record of all. Only 6% is the charge rate, never mind the conviction rate.
And it's crazy, isn't it, Mike? You find me a shop in London that's not got CCTV.
Yeah.
Nearly every one of these crimes is recorded. Some people will say, "Oh, you can't see the face; they've got a mask on." Well, I had the world's first conviction using pattern recognition, where you can see the guy there's got very distinctive clothes, very distinctive trousers. One of them, trainers, so you can identify them. So in the police, there's an obsession with this live facial recognition, which is all very good and useful at Notting Hill Carnival, but they could solve thousands more crimes if they used it effectively in these situations where, because some of these shoplifters, you can see some really organised gangs, but a lot of the people just blatantly walk into a shop showing their face, fill the basket and walk out. They don't hide the goods anymore. So these cases would be solved, but the police don't have a national database of images like they do with fingerprints and DNA. This is a massive problem.
Yeah.
So if you drift from area to area or you commit lots and lots of crimes, you'll never be linked with images like you would be if you committed multiple crimes and left fingerprints or DNA.
Yeah, absolutely right. One final one for you. This is from Scotland. Police officers have been given English classes to improve their reading and writing. I thought at first it was going to be because we were recruiting more people from overseas, but no, turns out that the people coming into the force in Police Scotland are not very well versed in reading and writing.
Well, it's quite incredible, isn't it? You think there'd be a test before you get in. You know, I remember, I've got to say, my best English teacher was a guy called Kingsley Harrison, who was a staff sergeant in the Special Investigation Branch in the Army. He taught me how to write in a very fluid way. I could write English very well. I went to a grammar school, but I have to say my best teacher was an Army staff sergeant who showed me how to write reports, and then I could write books. But it's amazing that we've got officers who have to be taught basic English. It just shows how bad recruiting is. The police are absolutely desperate. 30 years ago, people were desperate to get in the police. It was seen as a wonderful career, right. And now the police are desperate to get people. And it's really sad, and it means the public are going to receive a poor service.
Yeah, it's not good. Great to talk to you. Mike Neville, thank you very much indeed. Retired Scotland Yard Detective Chief Inspector.